Hello everyone, my name is Josefina Kurniawan. In this video, I will give you my opinion about smoking in campus areas, issues, perspective, and solution. This presentation will discuss the problem caused by smoking in campus environment, different opinion about it, and some possible solution to make our campus a healthier and smoke-free place. Next. Topic explanation. The topic smoking in campus areas, issues, perspective, and solution focuses on the problem of smoking within university environments. It discusses how smoking affects health, cleanliness, and discipline on campus. This topic also highlights different viewpoints from students, teachers, and campus authorities, as well as possible solutions to create a healthier, smoke-free campus. Next, issue. The first issue, health effects. Smoking harms both smokers and non-smokers due to secondhand smoke. The second issue, environmental pollution. Cigarette butts and smoke pollute the campus environment. The third, campus rules and influence. Smoking violates campus regulation and might influence non-smoking students to adopt the habit. Next, perspective. Smoker's perspective. Some students consider smoking as a way to relieve stress from their academic workload and to socialize with friends during breaks. Non-smoker perspective. Many non-smoking students feel uncomfortable and disturbed by cigarette smoke in campus areas, and they strongly prefer designated smoke-free zones. Awareness gap. There are students who still lack sufficient awareness about the harmful effect of smoking on their health and the environment, which can lead to careless smoking behavior. Solution. The first solution, smoke-free zones. Establish designated smoke-free areas across the campus to protect non-smokers and reduce exposure to secondhand smoke. The second solution, awareness and education programs. Conduct campaigns, seminars, and workshops to educate students about the health risks and environmental impact of smoking. The third solution, support for smoking cessation. Provide counseling, support groups, and access to resources for students who want to quit smoking, combined with strict enforcement of campus smoking regulation. Implementation. The first implementation, campus authorities' role. University management should clearly define smoke-free zones and enforce campus regulation consistently. Second, collaboration with student organizations. Work together with students groups to organize awareness campaigns, workshops, and peer support programs for quitting smoking. The third, monitoring and evaluation. Regularly monitor campus areas for compliance with smoking policies and evaluate the effectiveness of educational programs and smoke-free initiatives. Conclusion. In conclusion, smoking in campus areas is a significant issue that affects health, the environment, and campus discipline. Different perspectives from students and staff highlight the need for awareness and responsibility. By implementing smoke-free zones, educational programs, and support for smoking cessation, university can create a healthier and more comfortable environment for everyone. Let us all contribute to making our campus a smoke-free and safe place. Simple present. The simple present tense is one of the most basic tense in English that we use to talk about habits, routines, general truths, and schedules that happen regularly in our daily life. Introduction. We use the simple present tense to describe actions that happen repeatedly or regularly, facts that are always true, and events that follow a fixed schedule. Habitual action. The simple present tense expresses our daily habits or routines, such as saying, I go to school every day, or she drinks coffee every morning, which show things that we do repeatedly. General truths. This tense is also used to express general truths or facts that never change. For example, the sun rises in the east and water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Fixed arrangements. We can also use the simple present tense for scheduled or fixed events, such as the train leaves at 7 o'clock or the class starts at 9. Subject and verb agreement. In the simple present tense, when the subject is he, she, or it, we must add s or s to the verb, while for I, you, we, and they, we use the base form of the verb. Positive sentence. A positive sentence in the simple present follow the pattern subject plus verb plus object. For example, I study English every day, or she reads a book at night. Negative sentences. To make a negative sentence, we use do not or does not before the base form of the verb. For instance, I do not like coffee, or she does not play football. Interrogative sentence. We form questions in the simple present by placing do or does at the beginning of the sentence, such as do you like cats or does he study English? Verbs of frequency. We often use adverbs like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, or never to show how often an action happens, such as I always wake up early or she never eats fast food. Time expressions. Common time expressions in the simple present include phrases like every day, every week, on Mondays, or once a month. For example, I go jogging every morning, or we visit our grandparents once a month. Application and examples. First, conversations. Email asks Farrell if he goes to the gym every day, and Farrell says that he usually goes after class. Email then replies that he only goes twice a week. Second conversation. Gina asks Yusuf what he usually eats for breakfast? And Yusuf answers that he eats breads and eggs. Then Gina says that she drinks milk and eats some fruit. Third conversation. The teacher asks the student whether his father works in a bank, and the student replies that he doesn't because his father works in a hospital. The teacher then understands that his father is a doctor. Fourth conversation. Santi asks Zidane if he plays any musical instruments, and Zidane says that he plays the guitar. Santi responds that she likes the guitar too. Common mistakes. Many learners often forget to add s or s after he, she, or it, and sometimes they use do instead of does. For example, she doesn't like tea is correct, not she don't like tea. Tips for remembering. To master the simple present, always remember to add s or s for he, she, or it. Use do or does for negatives and questions, and pay attention to adverbs like always, sometimes, or never. Summary. The simple present tense helps us talk about habits, describe general truths, and discuss scheduled events that happen repeatedly in our lives. Reflection. The simple present tense is a very important foundation in English grammar because it allows us to express what we do in daily life and to describe how the world works around us. Conclusion. By understanding and using the simple present tense correctly, we can communicate our habits, describe facts clearly, and express daily routines more naturally in English conversation. And I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you.